Bitcoin's been on a rampage. Will it end? Are we at the top? Or is this just the beginning of a disgusting pump in the crypto sector? I'm going to give you the alpha on what's coming over the next few months on the macroeconomic scale and Bitcoin price action to give you a good almanac of where this is going over the next few months here into Q1 of 2025, but also how to trade altcoins like a pro, because we have some massive catalysts knocking at the door here. Pay attention. I'll give you all the alpha. Make sure you like and subscribe the channel and get your notifications on so you don't miss a beat. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin has been on an absolute tear, but if you follow the blockchain basement, you knew that I called for us to rip through this same Fibonacci sequence like butter. And here we are, folks. We're heading to the 1.618 to 2.618 Fibonacci sequence in price action. But what does this mean for altcoins? Because we got a lot of folks, myself included, that are heavily exposed to the top altcoins in the crypto sector. And boy, howdy, one of those that's been lagging has been Ethereum. We'll check it out right here. Comparing Ethereum to Bitcoin's price, there is much to be desired on this chart here. So Ethereum sitting here knocking on the door of $4,000 and barely hanging on by its fingernails. But altcoins have a major catalyst that is right around the corner. One of those major catalysts is the Bitcoin dominance. 245 days has been the historical point where Bitcoin dominance falls off of a cliff. We are now knocking on the door of that time frame, folks. We only have about a week left. Historically, Bitcoin dominance should be coming onto its ride down a cliff right around December 23rd of 2024. This means that altcoins, even though they've pumped a little bit so far, are getting ready to absolutely send it when it happens. And this is the time frame we got to pay attention to if you're holding altcoins. Now, what we see, what are the catalysts coming up over the next few weeks that actually might be further gasoline in the tank for the crypto sector? We have this. FTX is going to begin its initial distribution of $12 billion worth of stable coins in Q1 of 2025. This, many people are calling the mega pump incoming, but there's more, folks. We have the FOMC meeting this week, which is slated at a 97% likelihood that the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rates by yet another 25 base points at the next FOMC meeting coming up right around the corner. And, you know, if we look at Bitcoin's price history in terms of what Q1 looks like in a bull market year, I'm telling you, it gets crazy. So where we're at essentially is on these first few impulses into the 1.618 Fibonacci. Now, what I expect a few weeks down the road is for us to come back down and test the top end of this line, which in our current day and age would be around $100,000. Then we head into Q1 of the bull market year, and as you can see, we hit two major impulses breaking us free from this Fibonacci sequence. The first being a 28% gain over a single week, and the next coming in at a 30% gain over the next week, breaking us into that next Fibonacci sector, which is the 2.618 to 3.618 Fibonacci. Now, as this looks in our current day and age, that means that we'll be riding up here to about 3/4 up at $130,000, $140,000. Then come back down, test this as support at $100,000 before beginning our ascension up into the next realm here. Now, how can we leverage this as crypto traders viewing the outside world and the out of control inflation, and how can we profit from it? One of the most important things to keep in mind, this is the inflationary pattern of the 1970s to 1980s stagflationary event. This absolutely led to a major pain point for mortgage markets as interest rates went to 15 to 18%. But what we have is a momentary weakness in the Federal Reserve. This is highlighted by the red circle here. You see that the current situation, CPI, has come down and the interest rates are coming down along with it. Now, what likely, in my opinion, is going to happen is we are going to continue following this pattern, have a flat line, essentially a moment of time during 2025 where we can take our insane gains in crypto and hammer those gains into the real estate market, because guess what I think is coming is another disgusting increase to mortgage rate costs over the next few years once 2026 does occur. I think 2026 is the moment where all the reckoning begins. And if we can take our profits from this current market and roll them into real estate to cash flowing businesses, we are going to be made into legends. So with all this information, I hope you're staying based. Make sure you're subscribed to the Blockchain Basement and me at Druth Crypto on Twitter. This is where I'm dropping all the alpha at Druth Crypto. You can find me here. And I got red eyes. I'm going to have to change my banner because Joe Biden's on his way out. Very sad, Joe. We're going to miss you. But until next time, stay based. Druth out.